What's happening, fellas? Check it out. We're here with Metal Genius Joe. What's happening, Joe?
Not much.
I've been working with Joe since since we started the project here almost 10 years ago. Most of the major metal artwork is, like I said, most of the artwork that's been done here has been done by Joe. Certainly all the metal artwork, and he's standing next to Ivan, and he's holding the latest creation. Joe, this thing is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if the camera is going to pick up the detail work here, but this is, it weighs about 8 pounds. It's a Viking. Well, let's let you explain exactly what it is.
It's the Viking hammer for Thor, and these symbols on the side are the Viking symbols of power. It's a beautiful piece.
It is absolutely awesome. I saw that on your Facebook page yesterday, and I think it was on your Instagram page too. How do people view your artwork that you've created? Is it mostly on the Instagram page?
I have Instagram, it's Metal Genius Joe, and my website's metalgeniusjoe.com is the best way to contact me.
And Joe does a lot of these pieces. Like, I think you were inspired by a friend of yours who's into Viking Norseman history and lore, and you made that as a replica of an actual original one.
Yes.
But you do consigned work,
yes,
and you also do your own projects. Like this frog here, Ivan, that was a project you did, labor of love, inspiration, and we'll get into that a little bit later. We'll come back to this frog, but let's show them some of the other pieces you've done here. The frog happens to be one of our favorites, and a lot of people come here and end up sitting on that, getting their picture taken. And I guess Moses says frogs are good luck. Those of you who have been following us know Joe is from Tallinn, Connecticut, and has lived here for a long time, and he's created some really cool artwork. Joe, can you stand next to the dragonfly just so they can get a perspective of how big this thing is? How tall are you, Joe?
6'1".
He's 6'1", and this thing is,
It's like an 8-foot wingspan around there.
8-foot wingspan. It's got to be what, 9 feet long?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
It's massive, and this is right at the entry of the museum as you're pulling us mounted on a pole, and it's absolutely a conversation piece. I mean, it's not something you expect to see every day. So let's go show them the giant spider. Guys, this is another piece that people come by all the time to get their picture taken. It is massive. We had 6 guys struggle to lift this thing, and I think we ended up having 8 guys because it weighs over about 1,000 pounds, and we moved it around the museum to a couple different spots. It seems to be a favorite around Halloween. Joe, this is it like a Black Widow or?
Black Widow. I use the eye pattern from the jumping spiders. Black Widow rear end, and it's just a combination of a couple spiders. I kind of make it my own, you know.
So a lot of the metal that you use is recycled, also repurposed metal. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I use a little bit of everything. This was all new stock here. This stuff here was from the scrap yard. It depends on what I'm working on, you know.
I know the cost of metal is gotten ridiculously expensive like everything else, but just a beautiful piece. This has been taken a lot of pictures. People have their pictures taken with this one. We're right in front of the museum here, right across the street. We actually own this lot over here also, where we do a lot of the motorcycle testing. We're on the banks of the Hockenham River. It's actually a beautiful spot. Sometimes we have people come from out of state, and truck drivers or RVs, and they'll park over here. There's probably room for 6 or 7 tractor trailers. There's like an acre and a half. But anyways, it's a cool spot, and it lends itself well with the circa 1814 mill restoration that we did here. The artwork is really unique, like the place. So it was a no-brainer to have Joe bring some of his stuff here. Joe, tell us about this really cool piece.
This is probably like the 3rd Sailfish Skeleton I did, swordfish, and I do them all different. It looks really great up here on the post.
What are the dimensions of this piece?
I'm not exactly sure the length on this. It's over 6, probably around 7 or 8 feet.
Yeah, it's all of that for sure. I have a 6-foot wingspan. That's got. I bet it's 8 or 9 feet across. It's massive, and really cool detail work on the eyes and the fins. And it's definitely a conversation piece, as all your artwork has been. Guys, Joe's 6 foot tall, the 6-foot wingspan himself, 6'1". This thing's over 20 feet wide. This was donated to the museum by Joe. I don't know how long it took him to make it, but you can see there's a ridiculous amount of detail on this thing, and it's a massive piece of metal. I forget, because it was years ago we bought it here, and it's getting quite a patina on it from being outside, but it's a badass piece. What can you tell us about this one, Joe?
I started with the head, but I really had I had to upscale. I didn't realize it was going to be this big. This was when I just started out, so it was kind of, everything was trial and error, and it ended up being really super huge. But one of my very, very, very early works.
How many years have you been crafting metal artwork, Joe?
Probably since 2008 or so. I started very, very part-time. In the last couple of years, it's gone full-time.
14 years you've been crafting metal. Even at 1,200 hours a year, which is a conservative estimate, that's over 15,000 hours of metal crafting. And they say you have to master anything, to become a master, you need 10,000 hours. And you've gotten to the point where your artwork is getting more and more intricate. Like these pieces, these early pieces here, the detailing you can see has gotten much more extreme on the newer pieces. Like the dragon that you did is off the hook. Now Joe has a private museum in his house of some of his favorite pieces that aren't really for sale, and I believe the dragon's in your museum still?
Yes.
So Joe's dragon and the octopus are just absolutely off the hook. They're smaller scale projects, but the detailing is absolutely ridiculous. So if you want to have something like this made, Joe can craft just about anything out of metal. Nice.
Check it out, guys. R60/6. Jimmy just rebuilt the top end on it.
This is the artwork we do here.
Right, that's it.
Guys, if you want to check out some of Joe's latest, finest work, go to Metal Genius Joe on Instagram and show him a couple of these pieces. The detail work is just off the hook. Like I said, I'm not sure that this is going to pick him up, but this is out of metal. And Joe is used. That's a massive dragonfly,
Or it's a praying mantis.
Praying mantis. I mean, sorry,
You're hit.
praying mantis. Show him that. Look at that.
What else you want to see?
Which one is this? This is the biggest frog you ever made, right? This is Joe. This is the 12-footer.
Yes.
Well, that was Bruno, right?
Yeah.
And we have Ivan, right?
Yeah.
Show him the dragon. The dragon is absolutely ridiculous. This thing is, pictures do not do justice. When you see this in person, in 3D, it is absolutely freaking ridiculous. Joe, how many hours do you think you put into crafting that bad boy? Because that is absolutely next level.
Oh God, that's close to 200 or so.
It's absolutely stunning. So just to give you guys an idea, we bill out at 90 bucks an hour. What we do, if you were paying normal metalworking rates, that's probably a $20,000 sculpture. And Joe sells his work for, that one's not for sale, but a lot of his work is sold for a fraction of what you could hire someone to do, because, well, it's a labor of love. He's doing this because he loves it, and probably like most artists, after he dies, this stuff's going to be worth millions. Don't die anytime soon. But this was on display in the library. He's done a lot of work that's been on display in libraries and town squares and here at the New England Motorcycle Museum.
Joe.
Follow Metal Genius Joe at Instagram. He's got 25,600 followers. I'm sure when he gets to 50,000, it's going to blow up. And if you want something done, you want to get on his to-do list. Guys, I had to ask Joe, I got to ask you a from the heart question. As an artist, what do you want to do for the next 3 to 5 years? What's going to light your fire, make you wake up early and stay up late and do your best work?
I want to get into doing more large-scale public artwork, works, everything from A to Z. And I really don't too many favorite types of pieces. I just like building everything, you know.
So so large scale outdoors projects, like municipal projects, like big stuff. And you've done the multi-1,000-pound 12-foot frog. You've done the 12-foot giant spider. Can the detail work be as fine on some of the smaller pieces? Because I would think you'd have thousands of hours in creating a massive one of that intricacy.
Yes, the only thing to take in consideration is one's budget. I can build anything.
So guys, if you want to do a large scale outdoor project, Joe will take smaller projects, but that's what he liked to do. If you have a big project, give him a call. Check him out at Metal Genius Joe. Guys, if you want to have a project done, if this kind of work's inspiring you, go to metalgeniusjoe.com. On his website, there's a home, about us, products, And where's the contact button on here? How do they get a hold of you on here, Joe?
If you keep scrolling through the website, if you scroll down, learn more.
Learn more?
Yep.
Click on the learn more.
Then there should be the contact.
Click on the more button in the right hand corner and then click on contact. There's a little form in here. You fill out your name, your phone number, email. Give them a brief message what you're looking to do, and Joe will get back to you within 24 hours usually. Joe, we told him the who, what, when, and where, but we want to know why and how did Metal Genius Joe get to where he is now, creating some of this world-class artwork?
Well, back around 2006, 2007, I went to Cheney Tech for the adult welding and fabrication program to get into the ironworkers to learn how to weld and all that. And after I graduated all that, I ended up getting a life-altering disease, and I got hurt. I couldn't leave the house, and I couldn't do anything, period. So couldn't get a job. Leaving the house was just not going to happen because I was so sick. So what I did is I started messing around with stuff in my garage as I had the welder and all that, and then I started creating pieces, and everything just started flowing from there. Never taken any art classes or anything like that before. Never knew I had it in me to do this type of stuff. And it turned into a massive passion. And actually all the large pieces you see here were all my early works that I started with. I started doing large sculpture and all that. And
What year was it?
oh God.
06, 7, 8?
Yeah.
That period?
Yep. That's when I started. 2007, 2008.
Almost 15 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So I look at this like a Job experience, like you hit rock bottom, you almost died, and thought maybe for a moment all was lost, but the spark of inspiration got you to turn this talent into artwork, and you express yourself through artwork, and now you've created a name for yourself, known worldwide with 25,000, almost 30,000 followers on Instagram. It's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, it's been the biggest blessing actually. When something beautiful comes out of something really bad. I don't know. It's really helped me heal. It helped me get through life. Mentally, it saved me. It's been an outlet to vent all those frustrations and emotions and everything. It just changed my life, and it's kind of a weird story for me of how this all came about. I never sought out to be an artist or anything like that, but it was all I can actually do to try making stuff to sell it, to bring some income in, because I lost everything not being able to work. We had to hawk everything in the house. There's no income coming in. I couldn't get help, so I did it myself, to survive. I started making stuff, and it's been going okay. I'm just trying to kick it up a notch more and take it to the world stage, now.
That's awesome. This is my favorite scripture is Romans 8:28, and it is God works all things for good for those that are living according to His will. And your Job experience, your rock bottom experience, where you were out of money, out of health, out of time, thought that your doctor said your days were numbered. You turned it around and dragged your ass out of bed sick and started crafting artwork to make yourself feel better. And now that's the inspiration that's got you going in the last 15 years to create something beautiful that you can share with the world, and people from all over the world now are buying your art products, and that's a pretty cool story. Hopefully somebody else out there watching is going through their rock bottom, and this will lift them up, let them know that, hey, regardless of what the docs say, if you have the will, 'cause a lot of this is sheer will, moving forward through circumstances that may have seemed dire, in creating something that's awesome. So when you wake up today, what's it like waking up today knowing you're doing something you want to do versus back when you were working in a career maybe you weren't so inspired with?
It's fantastic. It's really surreal when I go out to my shop and I look at everything and I'm like, I'm actually doing this. It still hasn't even really set in, I'm very grateful that I'm able to do this. And I don't know.
It's inspiring, bro. It really is. And we're proud to display your artwork here. I can't tell you how many thousands of people have taken our pictures in front of the frog or the eagle. And thank you for donating the eagle, one of your first pieces. That was very generous. And I am actually buying that hammer of Thor from him today. I'm going to add that to my collection. I said, Joe, how much I need to have it. But that's another piece that'll be on display here at the museum. And I'm sure he could build one for you if you ask him through his website. Give Joe a call. If you can meet with Joe and see his private display, or at least check out the pictures, like I said, they don't do justice to the artwork. That when you see that dragon or the octopus or some of the other really intricate pieces. Now, how do you make these? I mean, you only use a few basic tools, right? And that's what these are not cast. They're not. These are hand forged, right?
Yeah, I don't have any power tools. The only power tools I have in my garage is like a drill press and my 3 Metabo angle grinders, but everything else is done with a ball peen hammer, shaping it. I have an old Lincoln Tombstone welder, and I do everything with my oxyacetylene torches, no plasma cutting or nothing. So
and this beats you up a bit too, because you're basically hammering these objects into life, right? And
yeah,
you can't do an 8. How old are you, Joe?
54.
54. A few years younger than me, but it beats the crap out of your hands, right? Doing that.
Yeah, I'm exhausted from doing that hammer. I can't even move today, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah, 14 hours of smashing metal into artwork is not like sitting behind a computer for 14 hours. Even that's tiring, but it takes a beating. Well, hopefully you have many years left of creating awesome artwork. Looking forward to your next. I follow you on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm looking forward to your next piece. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Give Joe a call. He'll make your art dreams come to reality. Thank you all for watching, and as always, God bless America.